My name is Stephen Van Vliet. I am a member of the Canadian XLH network. I'm really happy to have here with me today a member of the board for our Meet the Board member. I'd like to introduce you to Karley Van Aert. Hi, Karley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks so much for taking the time to meet with me today.
Yeah, thank you for setting this all up.
So you're a member of the board. Can you tell me a little bit about what your role on the board is?
Yeah, so I'm on the board of directors for the Canadian XLH network, and then I'm also on a few kind of subcommittees. So I'm part of the social media committee with you.
Yeah.
And then I've also been involved a little bit with helping with the website. Spencer's been kind of the lead in helping with the website, but I've been there to help him a little bit.
It looks great.
Yeah, he did a great job. Yeah, it's a great resource. And then I've also been involved with the MPP and MLA campaign to reach out to our members of government to campaign for our cause to get Crysvita to those who need it all across Canada. So yeah, that's a bit about the things I've dipped my toes in on the Canadian XLH network.
That's great. You've been very active, and it's such a pleasure to have you. What has your experience been with the network? How did you find us?
Okay, so my sister-in-law is actually on the Canadian XLH network, Josie. You've probably met her in a previous video.
Yeah.
So I kind of learned most about XLH through her to begin with, and once I knew that she was involved with this community, I wanted to hear more and I wanted to see how I could help. So she kind of opened the door for me to kind of join in.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did you know others with XLH before you joined the network?
Okay, so my husband has XLH, and then we also have a daughter with XLH. So I knew his family members. His mom was a spontaneous case and passed it down to him and his brother and sister, and they've passed it down to 2 nieces and 2 nephews of mine.
Wow.
So we've got kind of a big group, but I didn't actually know anything about XLH until 2016 when I started dating my husband. So that's that was the extent of it though. I didn't know anybody else outside of the family until Josie kind of introduced me to the Canadian XLH network, and now I know a whole slew of people.
How did it feel to meet other people with XLH?
It was really exciting and interesting to meet other people in my situation who are kind of like, we were family planning, that kind of piece. So when we had our daughter, kind of meeting other people who went through the same, knowing that it was a 50-50 chance that she would have XLH. And so kind of reaching out to people who've kind of had that same experience has been awesome. But also hearing other experiences of people who have XLH themselves. And I didn't realize how variable it is across people. It's kind of like, once you know one person with XLH, you know one person with XLH.
That's very true. We found that with our daughter as well, right?
Yeah, so it's been a really great community to be a part of.
Has it affected your life? And where do you think you see the network going in the future?
Yeah, so for me personally, just having that support and sounding board for people who are kind of in the same position as me, starting Crysvita and hearing from other families who had their spouses or who they themselves around my age and my husband's age when he started Crysvita, but then also whose children are on Crysvita, and even finding out about Crysvita, because I don't know that I would have known about it without the network. Because I think Josie got a lot of her information that she kind of passed down to us by talking to people that she met through the network. So it's been really impactful for just even knowing what care or what questions to even bring.
Yeah.
Because without that, I wouldn't have even known where to start. And things have changed so much from when my husband went through it, when he was diagnosed as a child, versus now what our daughter's going through and what we're going through to help her get to what she needs. So I think just the future for me is to connect more people and welcome more people. I felt so welcome when I came and just even sat in on the first meeting, and everyone was just so happy to have another kind of voice at the table. Yep. And allowing me to have my voice, even though, you know, I was like, well, I'm just a caregiver. I don't have the firsthand, but I do have firsthand experience on being somebody that's brand new to XLH.
Yep.
So I think, yeah, I'm hoping just for my future with the Canadian XLH network is trying to make it an easy transition for other parents who are having a child with XLH, or other people just kind of new to the community, to feel welcome.
Yeah.
And also to try and get, you know, in a broader sense, the equal access to the medications that we need and the treatment that we need to have access to.
Yeah.
I think is kind of the main two big goals that I would have.
Yeah, the work you guys have been doing on yourself and the committee on the MPP letters has been great. I'm really looking forward to seeing the impact of that.
Yeah, hopefully it trickles down and helps everybody.
And as a parent of a spontaneous case, I totally get your, you know, being able to connect with people as a caregiver as to what either your kid or your family is dealing with. Yeah, it's such a big help. So that's great.
The shared experience and the perspective that you get from other people. And I think the mental health piece of just having a community, like the community impacts your mental health and helps you kind of deal with what you're dealing with, right? And I don't know if that gets enough attention, of having a child or a partner with a rare disease is so huge. So just having other people that are there right with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for meeting with me today, Karley. It's been great to find out more about you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Right. Tune in again. We will have another Meet the Board member. Thanks very much.